Think of your digital life as a castle. In the next few minutes, we're going to walk through exactly how to build the walls and lock the gates to keep criminals out for good.
All right, so here's the game plan. First, we're going to look at what's actually at stake if a hacker gets in. Then, we'll get right into your two most powerful defenses. From there, we'll build out the whole digital fortress, and then we'll wrap up with a what-if plan for what to do if the worst happens.
First things first, let's get real about why this matters so much. What are these criminals actually after?
Okay, I want you to do a quick thought experiment with me, right now. If a hacker got into your main email account, what would they see?
Yeah, for pretty much all of us, it's everything, right? Banking info, maybe some health stuff, super private photos and messages, even your family's contact info. It's basically a gold mine for criminals, which is exactly why they target it.
And don't for a second think this is some rare thing that won't happen to you. Look at this number, 15,214. That's how many reports of email and social media hacking action fraud got in just 1 year.
And here's what's really eye-opening. Almost 90% of those hacks, they're reported by individuals, regular people like you and me. This isn't some problem for giant corporations. It's happening right in our own digital backyards.
Okay, so the threat is definitely real. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. Protecting yourself is way simpler than you probably think. It really boils down to two absolutely critical steps.
So, where do we start? With your password. It's the front door lock. But a flimsy lock isn't going to cut it. We need to make it strong.
So how do you make a strong one? You can forget all that nonsense about replacing letters with numbers and adding symbols you'll just forget. The best advice from the experts is so much easier. Just think of 3 totally random words, like cup, fish, biro. Stick them together. That's it. It's simple for you to remember, but a nightmare for a hacker's computer to guess.
Now, there are a couple of ground rules here, and they're non-negotiable. First, the password for your main email account. That's the crown jewel. It needs to be completely unique. Never use it anywhere else. Ever. I'm serious. And look, you don't have to remember hundreds of different passwords. Just let your web browser save them for you or use a password manager. They're built for this stuff.
But even the strongest password can be stolen. That's why we need a second line of defense. And this is something law enforcement really hammers home. Listen to this.
It's called two-factor authentication, or 2FA for short. Think of it like this. Your password is the key to your front door. 2FA is the security guard who asks for your ID before letting you in. So after you put in your password, you'll get a little code sent to your phone. A hacker might steal your key, but they don't have your ID, your phone, so they're stuck outside. You'll find this in the security settings of pretty much every important account you have. Your email, your social media, your Amazon account. Go turn it on. Seriously, it takes 2 minutes, and it is a massive, massive upgrade to your security.
All right, so we've got a strong password and two-factor authentication. That's your gate and your main tower. A fantastic foundation. Now let's build out the rest of the fortress to make it truly secure.
This means we're going to focus on 3 more things: backing up your data, using antivirus software, and keeping all your stuff updated. First up, backups. A backup is just a safety copy of all the stuff you absolutely cannot live without. You know, your photos, your important documents. It's stored somewhere else, so if your computer or phone gets stolen or breaks, you haven't lost everything.
You've basically got 2 ways to do this. You can use a cloud service, which is awesome because it happens automatically in the background, or you can use something like an external hard drive, which is great for really big files. Honestly, for those family photos you can never get back, why not do both? Can't be too careful.
Okay, next up, malware. That's just short for malicious software. It's the nasty stuff hackers try to trick you into downloading from a shady email or a weird website. And trust me, you don't want it on your device. It can steal your info, lock up your files, and demand a ransom, or just wipe everything out.
So, how do you stop it? With antivirus software. And the great news is your computer almost certainly came with it. All you have to do is check that it's actually running, that it's set to scan new things automatically, and this is super important, that it updates itself. That's how it learns to catch the newest viruses.
And that brings us to the last, and maybe the easiest tip of all. You know when your phone or your computer nags you about an update? Just do it. Don't put it off. Those updates are basically security guards showing up to patch holes in your fortress walls. Installing them right away is one of the simplest, most powerful things you can do. Okay, we've built a pretty solid fortress, but what happens if the worst happens anyway? Let's talk about the emergency plan. What do you do if you think you've been hacked?
So what are the red flags?
Well, the big one is you can't log in anymore. Or maybe your friends are telling you they're getting weird messages from you that you know you didn't send. If you see anything like that, you have to move, and move fast.
Here's exactly what to do. 3 steps. 1. Go to that service and use the forgot password or recover account process right away. Try to get control back. 2. Think fast. Did you use that same password anywhere else? If you did, you need to go change it everywhere and start with your main email account. That's how you stop the bleeding. And 3. Report it. Tell Action Fraud what happened. It helps them build cases and can stop it from happening to someone else.
Look, your digital life is, well, it's your life. It's your photos, your private conversations, your money. It's incredibly valuable. So, is it getting the protection it actually deserves? Everything we talked about today is simple, clear, and can save you from a world of trouble. So my question to you is, what's the one thing you're going to do right now, after this is over, to lock your digital door?